Let's welcome in Rob Parker, Fox Sports radio host, also works at the MLB Network. He's been covering big league baseball for 40 years. Rob, let me introduce you to your good friend, Daryl the Guru Johnson.
What's up, Rob?
Yo, what's up? How y'all doing?
We hanging in there. I've been bragging because we had, I thought, some provocative conversation Super Bowl week, and I go, he might not remember me, so my partner put me on the spot. I don't know if you remember meeting me, man. You were great.
What do you mean, do I remember meeting you? What are you talking about?
Rob, yeah, Rob, that's my guy. Go ahead, Snotty.
Rob, so smart. He knows how to play.
That is my dude. Detroit's finest.
No, are you kidding? Yeah, of course. Of course. Come on, man. Hey, there's one thing you know about me over these 40 years. I ain't a phony. If I don't know you, I'll let you know I don't know you.
Hey, you know what? I'll just do this now. Rob, I think I know you so much. I think he's irritated by LeBron holding everybody hostage. Was I wrong?
No, you're not wrong. Enough already with the LeBron and who's reporting that he's coming to Golden State? Is there somebody reporting that?
Yeah, they're one of the teams.
Yeah, little whispers, but I don't think he's coming, Rob.
I don't think he's coming either. To me, it just doesn't make sense. I mean, who wants to be the Golden Gate guys? I mean, that's what that team would be, the Golden Gate guys. And you're not winning anything in that division with the Wemby and the Spurs and OKC. So what would be the reason to go there? So that you and Steph cannot make the playoffs and have to do a play-in together? Like, I don't understand it.
Guru thinks that could be a Western Conference Finals team. If Anthony Davis comes with
100 wings right now.
100 wings.
100 wings. All flat Parmesan garlic. No way, no how is that happening.
Okay. Hey, you know what? I'm going to take that to the bank. I like Buffalo, so we'll do that. But if everything went right, Rob, they got the pedigree, and obviously you need the Red Cross on your sign to health. But if you got Davis and LeBron and you had all those smarts and you could manipulate the regular season, easier said than done, I wouldn't be shocked that they could get to that plateau. But my partner's over here laughing at me. Yeah.
I'm going to stop you because when you say I wouldn't be shocked, you ain't saying nothing. Say it with your chest. If they put it together, they're winning the championship or they're going to the finals. The saying I wouldn't be shocked doesn't say anything either way. It doesn't say anything because you give yourself an out, you know, by saying I wouldn't be shocked.
All right, Rob, if they remain healthy, they're going to the Western Conference Finals, and we got to bet 400 flats, baby.
All right, let's do it.
All right, it's done. Yeah, we got one in there with my man.
Rob, my partner's kind of known for making questionable bets.
Look at him.
I mean, he's bringing in he's below the Mendoza line on his betting.
Please.
Just by the way.
Hey, with that bet there, I wouldn't be surprised because the whole thing is you got too many things that have to work. Anthony Davis, he ain't going to be hurt or whatever it is. Draymond isn't going to punch LeBron in the face when he ain't looking. I could go on and on and on of all the things that have to happen.
Yeah. Hey, I'll have some more fun with you, and this is how we'll spin it to baseball. You know what Guru's last prediction was?
Oh, my God. I'll own it. Go ahead.
He said the Giants were going to win 90 games this year.
I felt it, Rob.
What's going on with the Giants?
90 games based on what? My God. I mean, really?
That thunder and thump I had that I thought Adames Endeavors would bring, the professionalism from Chapman, a rise, Tony Vitello, who was not a dead man like Bob Melvin personality-wise. The rotation, okay, you got Webb and Ray, and I thought maybe Molly and Hauser would help. But, Rob, you can't tell me this team is playing they are as bad as their record, but I am disappointed, and I think Vitello might be done, man.
I think that is absolutely a possibility because it's a lot of stuff. Buster Posey has to shoulder some of the blame too with what he's put together and his team, but also hiring a novice as a manager in the NL West against the two-time defending Dodgers. That's who you're putting up, a guy who's never managed or coached in the big leagues at all. It just seemed like a real stretch as a hire. If this was Tampa Bay or some other, kind of organization or whatever, maybe I would buy into it. But San Francisco, the fifth largest marketing the country and team and history and great players. That's what we're doing now. We're going to let people learn on the job. Bad move, bad team, not just guys not coming through, the brand of baseball, fundamentals, errors. It's just, there's nothing to like about the Giants. Zero.
Wow. Rob Parker joining us on 95.7 The Game, Major League Baseball Network, Fox Sports Radio host. Let me ask you this, Rob. What's the perception around the league of kind of where the Giants are? I feel like when Vitello got hired, he got a lot of criticism, and I think some of it was from the old school guys, who thought he may have jumped the line a little bit. How much of the criticism do you think was that, as opposed to, no, this is a really risky hire?
Yeah, there was some of that pushback, and I get it. People were putting their time and looking for an opportunity, and here comes the young hot guy with a with a Starbucks grande in his hand, and they're hiring that guy, because he looks the part or whatever. And I know what he did in college, so I'm not discounting that he was tremendous and did a great job in college. But there's a reason that nobody's ever made that jump. But I do ultimately think it has to do with just the nature of baseball and college coaching and guys. There have been a lot of great college baseball coaches. None of them have ever done this. So I think it was natural that people were going to push back and say, this is really outside the box. And if you're ownership, and after this season, I think it's fair to take a look at Buster Posey and say, just didn't get the job done. We love what you did as a player, but as a general manager, the trade you made blew up in your face. The hiring didn't work. The team is bad. It's not a fun watch. You can be bad and be good and look at stuff. I don't see it. I think that if you were to blow out the general manager, the manager, and decide you're going in a different direction, I think most fans in San Francisco would be cool with it.
Rob, I grew up, I think I told you that when we met, loving baseball. I still do have two sons in their 20s. They played because I forced them, but they don't love it. It hurts me. You're in Philly. You've seen Jordan Walker, put on that exhibition and win the home run derby. And I want to, I'm going long-winded here. I know you've dedicated some of your life to get more blacks in baseball and ask the questions why they're not. And I used to be mad at MLB thinking they were a part of it. And they may be, Rob, but what I've learned is young black men are going to other sports, not named baseball, and seeing Jordan Walker do what he did. Do you think that helped at all? And where are you at just with young black men gravitating to the sport of baseball?
Absolutely. What Jordan Walker did was fantastic. I don't know how you could watch that and not be thrilled. And I loved even him saying, hey, he hopes that he's a role model and young black kids watching say, I want to be Jordan Walker, or I want to be able to do that, or play Major League Baseball, or play baseball, or whatever it may be. So that's part of it. But also, I also want to say, a lot of people, it's easy to say that Major League Baseball is the reason black kids aren't playing baseball. Part of it is economics, and I get it with the showcases and all the money people have to pay to be able to play nowadays, and the travel ball and all that. So that definitely has hurt. But baseball did also export jobs to Latin America, building academies or whatnot. I know they've done it in the United States, but I'm still going to say the biggest pushback should go to the AAU and all of these other coaches who have stopped black kids from playing multiple sports. Go ask them. You can only play on the football team. You got to be football 24/7, 365 days. You can only play on the basketball team. Some of the greatest athletes play more than one sport, and the idea that you're telling a 12-year-old or a 14-year-old that he has to pick one sport and only play that, to me, is ludicrous. So I blame a lot of the AAU and whatnot and these people who have stopped kids from playing baseball. Go look at the record books. Black players all up and down. Baseball is a black sport as well. I wish people would stop saying that. I don't know how you could have the leading home run hitter and all kinds of Hank Aaron averaged 100 RBIs for 24 years in baseball and not think that black kids could play baseball at that level. It's ludicrous.
Rob Parker joining us on 95.7 The Game, Fox Sports Radio host, and also works for the MLB Network. No, that's interesting, because when I was back in high school and we had a kid who played two sports and they overlapped, like the school would try to cooperate to make it happen, whereas it sounds like what you're saying is the AAU is like, it's us or nobody.
That's what's happened. And so kids, which is ridiculous because Kyler Murray was the first. It didn't happen 20 years ago. Kyler Murray was the first player ever drafted in the first round of the NFL and the first round of Major League Baseball. It had never happened. So here's an athlete who played multiple sports and was good enough to be drafted by both in the first round. It's insane that these coaches have stopped kids from playing, and too many times it's baseball that they're pushing out. But look at all these players like Jordan Walker and all these guys coming from Georgia. They got a pipeline. There's so many young black players in the minor leagues now. You're starting to see it. And at MLBBro.com, my site, we track all of this and we see the numbers and what's happening. And there are more on the way. Drake Baldwin, a black catcher. You know what I mean? For Atlanta, who's the starting catcher for the National League. Like, you're starting to see these players. But a guy like Jordan Walker years ago, 6'6", his frame, he could have been playing in the NFL or something. Do you know what I mean? He's that type of athlete, and he chose baseball. And it was great to see him excel last night and win that derby.
Yeah, no doubt, Rob. Good point. Now, I'm always complaining in regard to baseball, and a lot. It's too long. Well, if it's too long, you don't love it, don't go. But now I'm fond of the pitch clock. But Rob Parker, I got to tell you, this new ABS challenge system, it's like I'm playing a video game. I love it. I love how they give you, the graphic of where the pitch is at. And I'm like, at least you get it right, because one pitch can change an at-bat. Your thoughts on the ABS challenge system?
Yeah, at first I was like, same thing. I wasn't with the pitch clock, and I wasn't with some of these things, because I always felt like they were trying to dummy down the game for people who don't like baseball. So I was kind of pushing back on it. And now as I see it, the pitch clock is good. Like get in the box, stop stepping out. We don't need to see 4 pitches pitched to one batter each in an inning. Like, it used to be ridiculous. You have to warm up all those guys. The games would take 4 hours. People don't have that kind of attention span. And now the games move along. They haven't been touched as far as being feeling like it's not genuine. It feels like baseball that I've always grown and loved. And the ABS, as long as we don't get overboard and don't do it every pitch, I don't want that. I think what I've noticed, and you guys could agree or disagree, is that the umpires are actually proving how good they are. Most of the pitches that aren't strikes, or out of the strike zone, are just barely out of the strike zone. You know what I mean? Like, it's pretty darn good where the umpires are. I've been impressed by that it's not outrageous. Of course, you got a couple of bad umpires, but you know what I'm saying. For the most part, the ABS system is saying that most of the umpires are actually pretty good at their jobs.
Hey, Rob, did the Philly fans, did they steal the show last night?
Yeah, well, yes. I mean, they were typical Philadelphia. You know how boisterous and into it. This is a hell of a sports town, as you know, Philadelphia. They live and die by sports. They let Schwarber hear it. They booed Jordan Walker to the high heavens. They did what fans should do. I thought it was awesome.
Let me ask you this, just taking it back to the Giants. When the Devers trade was announced last year, Rob, I just ran circles around the studio like, man, they got a dude. And I felt like the baseball world shook. And I was calling him a superstar then. But, Rob, it's been almost 162 games, and the record they're almost like 30 under. What do you make of Devers, and how much is he to blame on it just not working since he's become a San Francisco Giant?
Yeah, very weird. I thought that was a good pickup at the time. But, yeah, I don't know, ever since the whole thing with playing third base and, and all the stuff that happened in Boston, and since he's come – he's just off his game. He's not the same player for sure. And it just doesn't seem like what he was doing in Boston transferred to San Francisco. and it's disappointing. And I know they still owe him a ton of money. He's not an old guy, and I don't know what you do, but they need to figure something out because you would think, and maybe he needs another change of scenery. Maybe, they can figure it out with some other team. But the Giants need a star. They need a star player, and it doesn't look like they have one.